We're going to start with a coin that looks as close as possible to how it did when it was first minted. This Morgan dollar grades very high at MS66 and shows all the detail that we need to see so we can know what the coin originally looked like. Notice all the fine detail in the hair and the cap, and as well on the eagle's feathers and the surrounding wreath on the reverse of the coin. These are details which are very easily spotted in this grade, but will become much less apparent as we begin looking at coins that are more worn down. Next coin we're going to be looking at is a Morgan dollar graded good 6. As you can see, it's the same type of coin and it's very easily identifiable, but all of the fine detail has been worn off the coin throughout its life. Next up is a Morgan dollar in very good 8. We're starting to see a little bit more detail in the hair above the eye. The rims are also much more bold than they were on the last example, and we're able to see a little bit more detail overall. For a fine 12, the detail in Miss Liberty's hair is much more apparent now. Also, the leaves in her cap are identifiable as actual leaves. Look at the eagle on the reverse. Notice how much more detail we have in the wings than what we've had in the previous coin. In a VF20, the leaves in Liberty's cap are going to be better outlined, and so is the line between Liberty's forehead and her hair. On the eagle's wings, look at the lines. They should be complete. There shouldn't be any breaks due to wear on the coin. We are now looking at an example of a VF35. Obviously the detail is much more distinct. We are approaching a grade where most of the detail will be shown. Notice, however, though, the color is still a dull gray. At this stage there is no original luster left on the coin. In an XF45 we start to see some faint hints of luster coming through on the coin. Not all the fine detail is present, but most of it will be seen at this stage. In an AU55, there will be slightly more design visible in the fine details of the hair and in the eagle's breast feathers. Notice as we move through these grades, none of the changes are massively different from the coin before, but subtle differences as the coin slightly improves as we move up the grading scale. This is our first look at an uncirculated coin as we move up the grading scale. This coin grades MS62. It has fairly muted luster and has a few bag marks, which are caused from coming in contact with other coins in the bags they were stored in, not from actual circulation. You might look at this next coin and notice there are more bag marks on it than there were on the MS62 example we just finished looking at it. You're right, there are. However, the luster on this coin is far superior to the one that we just looked at, and that pushes it into a higher grade. This coin is correctly graded MS63. This is the same coin that we started with, a Morgan dollar in MS66. You'll notice that the detail on this isn't any different than the MS62 and MS63 examples we just finished looking at. That's because technically every coin that grades MS60 or above is going to be uncirculated and have full detail. What's going to separate one coin from the next and move it up the grading spectrum is going to be combination of eye appeal, luster, strike, and lack of bag marks. These are the combination of things that we look at in determining a grade for an uncirculated coin.